Yes, and welcome to your world of lies and truth. Microphone check 1 2. Eewee, eewee. Mm, man, I'm going through so many physical things right now. It's crazy, but I'm dealing with it. So the title of this video is "The Truth." What up, Lego Warrior? Is the truth about the truth? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Pardon me. The truth is this. Um, your personal experiences with the corporate world, and let's just say the up and down moments that you experience with people that seem like one thing, and then they turn on you and they flip. What up, look within? And then they flip and they turn on you and go a different way. Okay, that would be your truth. Because I'm noticing the workplace is the truth and the lie. Okay, we shouldn't have to go to work. Okay, but I'm going through a lot of stuff concerning work stuff. I mean, if I told you the stuff I'm hearing and seeing, you wouldn't believe me. So every job that we get, or if it's a relationship, you have to notice the shift, the up and the down. If you don't notice this and don't speak on this, you are enabling for there to be a lie. You didn't hear what I said to you, not my chat room. This is what I mean. People will flip, okay, start seeing you differently, and you could have been totally cool, just speaking your mind. In your mind, you thought that you were normal, okay? And then what happens is when they flip on you, they're going to have a new story about you, and it's going to spread like cancer. Do you understand me? That's their truth, which is a lie. Do you hear what I'm saying? That happens because you are lacking support at your job. Everyone's afraid of being fired, okay? Or afraid to speak out if it's something outside of work. Unless the TV told you protest about abortion, Black lives, LGBTQ, global warming, so called, right? Don't vote for Trump. Vote for this one. It's this Gaza, guys. Gaza over Israel. To keep it real about war, any war, you must remember this. This is the truth about the truth. Technically, no one, and I mean no human, was there first anywhere. There's no first, I was there. Okay, so that's a lie. You hear me? That's a very good lie to get you to focus on one side of a situation that requires you to be aware of both. Now back to your job or a relationship in which it changes. You must be aware of the changes, and you must speak to other people to get power. So that your truth, and I mean your personal, not ancient Egypt, the Illuminati, reptilians, just flat earth. I mean literally like your world is in trouble because of other people not sticking together to do what is right because they're afraid of losing their job. Okay, if you have principles, it's like being in a domestic violent relationship. Okay, I've known certain women that were in a relationship, pardon the flies, it's the urine therapy, that could not get out of it. And they were getting their asses whooped, and they would talk about how they get beaten, and they would stay in the relationship and keep complaining. Now, this is the kind of energy that you're dealing with at work in a different way. Now, there are some people who actually have been abused at work, physically, we know this, and verbally, okay? That would be the truth about the damn truth. Is what do you do about it? You keep getting paid. You keep witnessing things that are strange, like in a domestic violent relationship, you don't want to get out. It's too hard to be alone. You think you love that person, but they're hurting you. You can't separate. Okay? Now, your job is a relationship, and it's domestic. Okay? So if any issues happen, you should be really clear and grounded and document. What a Bino Gotti. You should be really clear and document what you are experiencing to have evidence of the up and down behavior. Thank you for the hearts. What do I mean by document? You have a phone. All of you are on your phone at work. That's a power. Yeah? It's like this. Okay, let's go to George Floyd. Remember that? Police brutality. Did someone apparently film that? I'm playing devil's advocate there, okay, regardless of how we see it. It was filmed, right? Okay. Now you're worried about getting fired, but you see injustice and you keep hearing injustice. How do you get it dealt with today? You're in the age of AI. It's very simple. You must utilize your phone. You must have access to recording and documenting behavior, because the words that you say to someone else are subjective about what you went through to someone else. Because the person you speak about, the person you're talking to will have a different relationship to who you just spoke about, and will flip what you said and will save their job and even pretend like they're working with you, like they even hear you, but they don't hear you. That's called the lying. They're lying in their head. They want to keep their job. You see where I'm going here? It's unsafe. It's unfair. A lot of people have been dealt with wrong. You've all seen this, and we do nothing about it. This is the part of the movie, The Passion of Christ, in which the whole village watched Jesus get his ass whooped by Rome, and no one did shit. They weren't filming it. They weren't writing it down. They were all like this. Today, you all should have had your phones out. You guarantee you'd have your phones out and filming if your savior, Jesus, came back to life and came down here and the SWAT team and the police pulled him over. What up, Jazzy Her? And beat the crap out of him. You would be filming that. If it was a white guy with a white robe and sandals with sun rays around him saying, hey, I'm back. And then let's just say it freaked out your government. Okay. What would you all do today if that happened in public, and then put this one on a cross and then nail his hands? Everyone watched it happen, metaphorically. No one did shit. The most powerful part of the Bible is the fact that we didn't do anything to stop Jesus from being crucified. Hence today, it has trained you to be fearful, fear of God, fear of helping your homie, because Rome is going to come after you. You see where I'm going here? It's the most famous part of your Bible, right? The crucifixion, not the miracles that one did, right? Okay. So what did the people do about it? Is there any part of that book where anyone that was watching that happen speak out and actually say, hey, let's get together? And nope. They were all like, oh, he's got it. He's Jesus. Let him bleed to death. Let him be a prophet and die. And okay. If you saw someone getting the crap beaten out of them, like Jesus today, downtown where you live, and you don't even know what happened. You're just walking. You see a bunch of police. That would be Rome today. I'm not damning Rome. It's a beautiful place. You mean to tell me someone who's carrying a cross, let's just say it's the same kind of scenario. Maybe it's someone who's crazy. You mean to tell me if you saw a bunch of men with nightsticks and tasers beating the crap out of one person and dragging them all the way up to some place to torture them, you wouldn't film that and want to know what's going on? The truth about the truth is that a lot of you are accepting being liars. Not my chat room. And this is what I mean by that, because I also have to do it too. You go to your job. Your job is the place of truth. And everyone that you think you get along with, they seem cool until they are not. And they will talk trash about someone that you're working with. Then that person they're talking trash about then talks trash about that person who was talking about the other person to me. And the only way to communicate with these people, who are all being fake and cool and hot and cold, is to complain with them and play the role until you get justice and document and quietly put them all to rest, not violently. You get the big head. You get the fucking big head there. You get the lead, the leader of the leaders is what you should all be focusing on, because your inbreed fighting, your fighting within each other is coming because you have poor management. And I'm seeing this like crazy. Now, if something happens to you, and it will happen, it already has, that is unjust, that goes against your contract, goes against the way things were supposed to be, and you notice it, okay? If something happens like that, you should think ahead and have your phone ready. And document what was said in the beginning and be quiet about it. Be sneaky, because you have the right to do that. And then you have the phone ready for when it changed and you start to have evidence of your truth. Otherwise, it's a lie. Of course, we would believe someone, but it's your word against the powers that be. The powers that be have no power if you document your shit. So all the paintings you're looking at in ancient times, all the hieroglyphics, it's not what you think it is. It's a documentation of what exactly I'm saying to you. A documentation of God and the devil and the goddess. Okay? And which was mastered. Now it's being remastered, like your music, through AI. So what's the weapon today? It's very simple. Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader both showed you what the lightsaber is. What? The phone. You don't have time to argue with people, to even try to even go on and on about your story, because they don't really give a shit. That it's a business, it's an animal, and there you go, poor you. Did you document your shit? Do you have physical, I can look at it and hear it, evidence? This is the only way you're going to get it, in my opinion. If you are afraid to speak out on injustice, you are enabling injustice, the same way you're enabling a violent situation that you would see in public. Let's say you were there, you saw it happen. They come to talk to you. You're like, oh, I didn't see anything. You want to save your own life. Okay? But are you even safe considering? Everyone is texting while driving. They're not focused on the road when you're walking. You get hit by a car. Okay. I mean, how often does that happen? And they drive right off and get away with it. And there was tons of witnesses. You see where I'm going here? They were all focused on their own bubble, keeping their job, keeping their health, keeping their safety, missing injustice. That's the truth about the truth. I am working at a place right now where it's very, very obvious to me that the things I'm telling you are really important to hear because my mind is blown by how much stuff I've seen and heard in the past week. Okay, about where I work. And I'm being shown something different when I enter, right? A game. Being cool, being funny, being given gifts, seeing abuse though, seeing some unjust things, and no one in that room, including me, opened their mouth because I just got this job. I had just been fired about 7 months ago. So obviously I'm 48, chronic pain. I'm trying to pay these bills. The rent is going up. How many jobs do I have to get? It's exhausting, right? But you see, I'm not like everybody else. And this is the reason why it's hard to watch these videos. Why am I not like everybody else? I document my shit. So you might think that I'm doing nothing. I'm just in that room. All this stuff is going on. But what do you think Jay is doing to make sure that his people are protected? Because most of the people that are in that room are afraid to speak out. They have kids. They're recovered drug addicts. They've been to jail. They're tired. They're trying to change their ways. And yet there's more crime going on where they work. In fact, where they might be working is far more dangerous than jail. Yeah. And the place they're working at gives second chances, meaning if you were a crystal meth addict or if you have a felony, they might look past that to give you a chance to change your life. Yet you get in that environment and you realize, wait a minute, some fucked up shit is going on here still. But, oh, I got to keep my job, right? Okay. When I was at University of Iowa, I was receiving a lot of emails of, let's just say, young people dead. Okay, you get an email when a student is dead. So I put 2 and 2 together. Suicides are pretty high. And I figured it was from stress. Okay. So I went through my version of stress at that school. Oh, yeah, man. And so I just let it happen. But then I got tired. So the last year, before I graduated, I wanted to talk to the dean. It was a female, the dean, the James Dean, about interesting things with students dying and suicides and mental health. And I asked her, and I had my phone in my pocket, and I was recording. She didn't know. Okay. And I asked her to be honest. And she said, you know what? It is a problem, and we don't really deal with it. That was her answer. And she felt sad to say that. I could see she wanted to say something different. So I documented her saying that she was aware of what I was saying about death, young people, dying over grades and stress, and that she realized, yeah, I know it's a problem. And then she admitted that they don't really do anything about it. Just go to a psychiatrist. But who caused you the pain? Okay. So this is what I'm saying to you. There is no dean. You don't have someone else you can go to. All you have is you and your documents. That will change the game. Do you understand me? And if you're someone who's already angry, do the math. What's going to happen? You're going to deal with it more angry. You're going to make it worse. You're going to look for more problems. You're going to want revenge the wrong way, right? You're going to want to beat somebody up or get someone fired. You have to be smarter than that because you're dealing with millions and millions of dollars in most cases of a company. And they're protected. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? But there's something called David and Goliath. It's very simple. The slingshot would be your phone. So this is a call to arms. Again, I encourage all of you, it's poisonous, but have your phone on you, put silver and some shungite in there, Always have your phone on you in case you need to document someone getting treated badly. Because if you let it happen, once again, we're all guilty and you will have bad karma for that. You go on keeping your job, paying your bills, making sure you're okay, right? But you know damn well something bad happened to your homie. You're next. You're next. It'll happen in a different way. I mean, I don't get why you think that being quiet is the way to go. Like, you're safe. I'm safe. I've already heard my boss make jokes about wanting to fire me. Mm-hmm. The last time he said that about someone, they no longer work at my place. And he was being funny. And I've seen him do that with another coworker. He's like, "Yeah, when I fire you, ass." She's like, "Ha ha 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 ha." And now she's no longer working there. Okay. "Oh, Jay, we value you. You know people. Man, you're doing a good job. But I've heard the joking about you wanting to fire me. I've been called weird for wanting to lie on the ground to fix my chronic pain and to use dirt to heal myself. I've been called crazy and weird for these things. Okay. You think I'm stupid? You think Nature Boy here, who has got good connections, is immune?" So, I am dealing with a unique situation, and I've never seen anything like it. It goes beyond Erin Brockovich, all that stuff, those movies, where they go against the man, right? Okay. Listen, I'm in some serious shit, and it's about women getting abused more than men. Yeah. Which is fucking awesome, because I have chronic pain. This is the last thing that Jay, you know what I mean? I thought I was in a job of cleaning trash, only trash, being community, people loving us in the street, saying that we're doing a good job. They take pictures with us in the street. They love what we do, cleaning trash. But then all of a sudden you go into the office and then you hear A, B, C, and D, and everyone seems to know what happened, but no one is really speaking about it until someone gets fired or they quit magically, and they were doing a good job. I've seen it. We've lost 2 good women. All of them did their job. Okay. Now I'm getting texts about, "Hey, Jay, did you see this? Did you see that?" And I'm trying to be honest and tell them what I saw. But I got bigger things cooking right now because I'm not like everybody else. I am looking out for everyone. So I'm going to keep that a little bit quiet right now. But I think you know where I'm going. So you need to document your boss. You need to have your boss. Yeah. And don't get it twisted, because it's going to happen to you. It will happen to you. And so then when it happens to you, what's going to happen if you have no evidence of what happened to you? You mean to tell me you have your phone and you're watching TikTok, you're watching YouTube, you're watching a religious thing, you're watching gossip, your phone. Everyone's in their phone. Everyone has their phone, or they're watching the game gambling. All of my coworkers have their phones turned on to like social media. Meanwhile, there's a lot going on in that room that is not healthy. That could be we turn the phone the other way. No one is doing this. And then they get surprised when they get fired or something bad happens to them. And they had all that power with the phone, but they didn't think to aim the phone somewhere else so they can document and protect me and them, because their words are not going to be enough. HR, human resources, is a joke. I found that out. Simple. I found out that the HR for my job, you call them, it goes right back to the lead, and he laughs, they laugh, and they have fun with you. He's even told us that we actually don't have power to complain. He's actually said that. And he laughs about it. It's a military guy. Okay? This is the truth. Your thoughts on the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Ooh. First of all, 2 and 4 is 6. So you have to remember that when it's 24 hours, it is not only the sun responsible for that power. That would be Venus. That's her number 6. What's happening there? Antarctica. Your antique? Okay. It's a woman energy. Anti. Tika. Tika Vatica. Tika is the little symbol the Hindu females put, look it up, in the middle of their pineal gland when they get married or when they want to show their culture. A tika, look it up. It's the tika of the goddess. So you're dealing with Venus. So what's important to get into your urine? It means the morning star. Watch the sky, talk to it. That's all you got. Because there's no control. They control that up there. You're in remote control down here. Okay? So Venus can be manipulated much easier, I believe, than other stars. Why? She's a female. So your government likes to play around with Venus. 24 is 6. The number of Venus, Lucifer, morning star, phosphorus, found in your urine, Greek. Revelation 2:16 is the morning star, Jesus. Fact. Your Antarctica is not what you think it is. Okay? Venus does not like the sun. However, she allows the sun to go 24 hours. She's giving it an energy. What up, affirmative? Sorry, these flies are really hard. I've had to kill flies. I feel bad. I can't help it. The flies, man, I'm just telling you. I love all creatures, but the fly, it's too much. When you have chronic pain and you're feeling dizzy, the last thing you want is something flying in your face and buzzing in your ear. So the creator will have to forgive me for that. But yes. Anyhow. All of you are children of the sun. Even the most wretched person has a solar plexus and has Venus in their birth chart somewhere. You should see where Venus is in their birth chart. It will explain why they are that way. Okay? The military or the army has a star. Take a wild guess whose star that is. Venus makes a pentagram around the sun every 8 years. Your boss don't know that. The military doesn't, well, the ones behind the scenes do. They're harnessing the energy of a star that hates the sun. It's the vampire star, Venus. Any V is Venus. Okay? The flies are sent by her. They have the wings of a V, but they're here to annoy you, and you have the right to get them away. Yes. Of course. Yes. Monitor is Mon is Monday is the moon. Taurus. You are touring the moon when you monitor someone with your lunate moon bone in your hand. But it's pseudoscience. Astrology is pseudo. It's not real. You can't use it. It doesn't really say anything. Give me a second here. I got the same palm, brother. You helped me the other day. Of course. This one is psychic. I am actually going to speak on the word manager and what it means, what your manager means. I need to speak to your manager. You don't know what you're doing there. This is why you got to have a document. You got to have a video, a recorded video of actions today. That's your only solution for justice, and it still might not be good enough, but it's far better than your words, your anger, a bunch of messages that were sent to you. Who do you think's running the system? Who's ever running the system? Why are you running something? Why can't we just walk and lie down? So the word manager relates to the word man, and hand in Latin is manus. It means the hand. Palm Sunday. All the things that you're going to, right? Let's just say be spiritual or to be grounded and feel better about yourself is actually designed to make you weaker and distract you from standing up for your homie who will be treated poorly, and you will have fear because you're not being translated what is happening on Palm Sunday. I'm going to palm the ball. Palmetto. So I'm here to help. And whatever hand dealt you that, your manager is the hand. Do you have a hand? You have two of them. Okay? If you've lost an arm, compassion. Who is the handyman? Handicap? They're not handicapped. They're going to be given a different gift. Like me, I'm handicapped, but my brain is not from here. It's given me way more power to go beyond the body and beyond your assumptions and your fear and what you thought was the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to be grounded and ready for when the hand slaps you in the face. The hand that you shake, the manager, okay, will be the hand that slaps you at some point, right? And you all know this. Are you ready for that? They don't, so this is not, your business school fucks up. They don't teach you how to prepare, how to protect your job and get some benefits. Because a movie, a video goes a long way to show the character of a person. Does it not? The character, it's a movie, right, that you're living in. Do you have any video footage, audio recordings? You got to get into that. Okay? Now more than ever should you be recording because you're going to have more corruption today. And you all know that. Why? Because of COVID? Okay. The stress that it caused? All right. Okay. We all know things haven't been the same since COVID, right? We can accept that. And you'll hear people say, yeah, ever since COVID. Okay. All right. But it's deeper than that. We know that. It's deeper than that. It goes all the way to your fear. There is no security on this earth, guys. There is no job security. I don't care if your boss loves you and like you're the one that can do whatever you want. You've seen this. That one you should be careful of. And you want to video them because they will also be cool with you, but you never know. They might flip on you, right? The only way you can get them is also by documenting your work. Just in case they decide to change their mind when it's time to go for revolution. You can be like, well, this person was a snake the whole time. Okay. I mean, here's the evidence. I'm like, wow. I think I just saw something sort of float. Something just flew by my head and went down. I do have flies today, but anyways. So the truth about the truth is that a lot of us are spending so much time exposing stuff that in your own personal life, that would be the truth movement. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you can't put your personal stuff out there too much. We get that on social media. You want it private. But are you prepared for the shit you're going to go through? Or are you just going to complain about it when it happens? And then you're going to be calling me, seeing if I saw anything. And I'm like, sure I did. But it's now it's your battle. Do you have the evidence of that? You had a phone on you. Saw you in your phone. Saw you Skyping and Zooming and Meanwhile, the same shit that happened to you was happening behind your back while you had the phone. Now it happened to you, and now you see where I'm going? You have no evidence. It's a strange world we live in today. We'll talk shit about people, right? We'll get mad about our job, but we don't do the right things to make sure that we're documenting the behavior at work. You take selfies, you take a picture of a bird, right? But nothing about your boss or your coworkers you don't document, especially if it's very nasty behavior. Like if it's like, whoa, we've gone too far here. And you all know what I mean. So the word truth has the word Ruth. Is your name Ruth? Well, who is Ruth? Rudra. India means red. Rad. Rud. The rudder. Ruth. Do you know what the word truth is? It's Venus, honey. If you do not understand her, she will slap you in your face and give you a hard time and give you a good time. Do you understand me? That's the truth, is that you're missing this. And how do you honor that? And if anything bad happens to a woman in front of you, you better fucking get justice real quick. That's really bad karma. Men are important, but a lot of women are getting their asses whooped at my job. Not physically, but I'm seeing it. And I'm like, whoa, I just got here. Whoa. And then I'm hearing shit from everybody. I'm like, whoa, what are we going to do about it? Don't worry about that part. You know me. But more on that later. And I mean way later. It is going down. Weird shit. When a woman is harmed at your job and you see it and you know it wasn't right, talk to a certain way, either from a man or another woman, you must deal with that and document that. That is Venus. And if you don't, you will have a lot of bad karma. You don't believe in karma? I know folks who don't believe in karma. Some Zen Buddhists are like, karma's just whatever. Okay, you better relax and you go too far. This is what karma is. And listen to me very carefully. Very carefully. Oh, I don't believe in karma. Yeah, whatever. It's all, you know what I mean? Then something bad happens to you. Just boom, someone dies in your family. They were 50 somewhat stroke. I've seen it happen to one person who didn't believe in karma. Alcoholic. Brags about it. Would go to work as a boss. Hungover. Would talk about it. Vegan, all the stuff he was. Unhealthy though, alcoholic. No judgments here. Always talking about George Floyd and the LGBTQ and rights and protesting, right? This guy. Didn't believe in karma. Had some abusive moments with me, was verbally abusive. Oh, yes. And then apologized, but it shouldn't have happened. You're a boss. Kept saying there's no karma shit. Okay? Now, this one, sadly, and I have compassion, lost their wife. Young. A stroke happened from so-called cigarettes. Okay. I have my thoughts on these things. Okay, science, I'll just do this. It's doing a lot to people today. If you don't know what's in it, what are you doing? Okay? That is karma. Simple. Something is going to happen to you if you do not believe in cause and effect. Your behavior, how you treat your body, not being honest, not being aware of injustice within your personal world. Never mind George Floyd and protesting. Protest your work, but do it smart. You have to play chess. You got to play the game. You signed a contract. You're already a character. I'm a character. But I'm a different kind of character. David and Goliath. Your phone is the slingshot, guys. You could be making history right now. You could have hundreds of videos and examples of your truth. And a lot of you don't do that. You'll go home and watch YouTube. You'll wait for one of my videos, not my chat room. The masses, you'll wait for one of my videos or someone else's video on how to be healthy, how to be woke, learning how to fight, learning yoga on YouTube. Great. I got my master's from YouTube. No problem. But I know how to use it the right way. I don't take these things too seriously. I'm in a tank right now. I'm in a square. I'm in a hexahedron speaking to you, surrounded by squares. You think the earth is a ball? Only thing round behind me is my detergent bottle right there, honey, with a square-shaped top. So your math is telling you earth as the hexahedron and your platonic solids, but a lot of you can't even really even hear that. Can you even hear your person when they come to you with a problem? Do you hear them? Or do you hear, I got to save my job. I got to make it work. I've been to jail. I've got kids. Well, they're in trouble if you don't defend yourself. And you're an enabler of injustice if that is your attitude. And you haven't learned anything about what sobriety is if you've been a drug addict and you're trying to change it, or a criminal. You do not know what it means to turn it around. Turning it around means to be aware of injustice, fact. And if it happens to a woman, that's a Venus body, whether they're an atheist, Christian, Muslim, I don't give a fuck. That's a Venus body going through trauma. It needs to be dealt with. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Otherwise, it is karma. Because the earth was not built by Einstein, Elon Musk, and Bill Gates, and Neil deGrasse Tyson's theories. It was not built that way. Show me anyone who has like really good documentation of how the earth was built, like from the beginning all the way till now, like specific details as to how everything was made. All you got is the Big Bang, a bunch of germs and stuff like that, and something blew up and we're spinning around. Okay. That's all you got? This is why your boss is an asshole. He forgot his Venus and his moon. Men who hate women or are abusive to women more than to men, you have to have compassion, first of all. It's going to suck. Do you understand me? It's going to suck to see this. I have compassion if you want to keep your job. So do I. But my God, there's a line, right? Have compassion before you get mad at your boss. Because I guarantee you, they were either molested or they had an alcoholic. They were abused. I'm not excusing poor behavior. Have compassion first. Don't just get angry at them. So try to think about why they're that way. This is not easy when you're mad and you want to survive and feed your kids. I get it, but you already have issues. We've lost a coworker who had her husband's brains blown out in Chicago. Okay. That would change your life. And she's trying to go to work. I can see it in her face. She is no longer with us. Okay. We just keep it there. I mean, at my job, she's alive. But anyways, have compassion before you get upset. Remember, that is your fucking twin. You shook hands with that. You signed a contract. You knew some things were kind of weird. You were already complaining. Then you see a bigger problem. You're like, wow. Then it happens to you. When it happens to you, have even more compassion first. Even for me. You see, this is a great way to defend yourself. Have compassion for them. Think about what happened to them. Because it's not going to change at a different job, guys. Get unemployment. Great. Now you're sitting with yourself. Have you dealt with your own shit? Your abuse? Seeing death? Have you dealt with it? Are you still a bit bitter? Do you think maybe working is not good for you? Great, find another way to make money. Do not be around people if you can't. There are people who can't be around people because of what they've seen in their fucking life. I get that shit. So why are you going to work? You shouldn't have to. Find another way. And I'll support that. Your destiny is yours, mine is mine. However, when something bad happens, you first have compassion. Second thing is you have action. Did you hear me? You are doing a reaction when you gossip about it. Oh yeah, I heard so-and-so, but you still have a job and they don't. Oh yeah, that was fucked up, but you have a job still, they don't. But you're going to be fucked up soon. Your time is coming. And it's like you're in denial. Do you hear me talking to you? This is the truth about your truth. It's goddess worship, it's Ruth. Gossiping came from goddess worship. Gossip. First of all, you express yourself utilizing the energy of a female in the sky that hates the sun. And yet somehow they still share space, not astronauts. But you and I can't seem to do that. Think about this. Venus does not like the sun. She's in the sky with it, and they make it work. How do we know this? The sun doesn't give a fuck. It's the sun. It's like, okay, bitch, I know this is your relationship. This is why you have these problems. The sun's like, yeah, I know, bitch. I see you, morning star. I see you. You know what I mean? Call the sun male. It's a female too, but okay, Venus, female. Now, male, negative, positive energy, right? In the morning. This is why the morning is not all good. You see, you're missing this. You're only thinking about yourself. So all the stuff that you complain about when you go to work or that you celebrate, do you think that your stars also have a similar journey to you in which they made your body? You have a solar plexus. How does the sun deal with a star made by the creator that doesn't like another star that we need to live off of? They could give up and say, I quit. I hate that bitch. Let her be the sun. Does the sun do that? You and I do that. I'm going to quit. I'm going to get fired unjustly. And no one's going to say anything maybe and have no evidence of it, right? No, they're up there negotiating. They have compassion. This is a great build. Wake up to your stars in pseudoscience. Where did your enemy come from? How come you don't like that person, but you like that person? And you both have a head, 2 arms, and 2 fucking legs and organs. What up, Sute? The truth about the truth is this. You have to have compassion for the liar. That's how you put him down. The word lie is there. You didn't hear me. You're not going to stand for that? You're going to stand up? You can do it sitting down. You want to put them on the ground. This is why when I'm on the floor, it makes them uncomfortable. It reminds them of the fetal or fecal, same word, position they were in as babies. And they're traumatized managers. Manus means the hand that will slap you. And if you bite the hand that feeds you, your manager will not listen to you because you betrayed the manager. And now the manager will find people working for the manager to work with him to keep their jobs to burn your ass. But you don't have any evidence. You have an angry, traumatized mouth, of course. You see, you're not ready. And you will be noisy in defending yourself. And you might have a case, but you'll be noisy. And you'll lose because you'll look wrong. And the ones who were wrong will look right. I'm fucking your head up. How come I see this? This is the truth. Never mind the Illuminati. Chemtrails. They're here. Your sun doesn't care about chemtrails. Now that it's Venus. Any star. Where'd your enemy come from? Why something bad happened to you? Why does sexual abuse even happen? Why is it even in our DNA to hurt children? Physically and mentally. We all know this, but it happens all over the world. It's quite popular. Then these people who are abused become people in society that have jobs. You call them a boss, a manager, maybe your husband, your wife, your truther, your liar, your landlord, your priest. Do you see where I'm going here? Wow. So there are so many problems that I'm seeing right now. And the biggest issue that I have is fear. Because of course I feel that. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing what is right. Oh, for sure. I'll just say that. I mean, it's bigger than a video. This is about getting us to stand up for ourselves. Stand up. Your liar is telling you they want to lie. Goliath. Lie. Lie on. Lions are lazy. They seem tough, don't they? You don't watch your animals. The king of the jungle is a fucking giraffe that doesn't sleep. Did you know that? They lied to you. It's right there. It's a great way to get your sun worshippers. Leo, the lion, is not the king of the jungle. First of all, it's very grounded and angry and only wants to move when it's time to have sex, hunt. It's stimulated, but they're lazy and ripped. Okay? A giraffe has long ass legs, height advantage with muscle mass, and can stomp the fuck out of a lion. In fact, lions need to be in a group in order to get a big creature. The king can't do it by themselves. This is a fact in nature. They have to have a bunch of a gang. Hi gangbangers, stop it. You aren't lions, you're humans. In order to get a giraffe or an elephant. Did you know this? Your king. It's not the king. The elephant or the fucking giraffe. Giraffe gets no sleep. Did you all know this? You think you're advanced? You think your job is safe? You think that the way you're living is safe? Are you supposed to be going to sleep? Did you hear what I said to you? Are we supposed to actually go to bed? If you have animals that don't sleep. If you're an animal, right? Darwin, I'm asking. Explain this to me. Show me one out of shape animal that's born out of shape, obese, missing teeth, with an addiction problem. Please, show me one animal born with mental health issues. Please, just show it to me. And what is that? Okay, let's say a giraffe is born, a baby comes out, and the giraffe is freaking out. Oh, I'm a gorilla. I don't associate with being a giraffe. And they're like, what? They don't do this. I'm not dissing anyone here. This is a fact. This is the truth about your truth. So you're confused about your animals. So I'm going to show you what power is. And I didn't finish saying the story because I'm loopy from chronic pain. I'm like drunk on fixing things. This pain is from 1 to 100. Okay? So I'm a warrior for that, dealing with it. So here is what I mean. Now, I can say myself, I was unjustly fired from this store down here. 6 years of working with great customer service. I've moved on. I let it go. I've forgiven them. There are good people who work there. And when I shop there, I'm helping them eat. So why would I want to starve them? Yes, I'm supporting the beast, but I'm also supporting my homies. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, Jay. Just go up in there. Show them that you're healthy. Oh, your skin looks so good. Now, I went in there one day to see my boss, actually, to see if I could get my cleaning company to clean his property outside. Because to my knowledge, they didn't have the service. That was my way of making peace. I thought, well, we clean downtown. Let's try this place I used to work at. I've let bygones be bygones, right? Okay. I see my boss. I sent him an email. I got no response. You want to know why I'm not surprised? Because I didn't need one. Okay. The email was really about making peace, but I didn't want to be cheesy. So I said, hey, we'll clean your area. I think he gets that, but he feels uncomfortable around me still. Because when he fired me, he was crying, actually. I could hear him crying. But he's still stuck in this like black and white energy. He doesn't know why he can't fix that. And I think that I'm here to help him with that. So as opposed to getting mad at my store, I'm going to go heal the people with strength that doesn't make me weak. I'm going to heal the people who traumatized me through other people. I went back to the store. Watch this. Watch me cook this with no protein and no animals. What up, Sage? This is the real shit you'll ever hear. I live the truth. I'm not no goddamn truther on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube only, with you guys liking me. I'm in the goddamn store that fired me. No unemployment. Chronic pain. Made it work. I go back there one day in my uniform from my other job that I clean trash. I see my boss. I went up to him and I bought my food from him specifically because he was behind the register. He served me. He was totally cool. He felt awkward. Of course he did, because he could see that I was all about love. I forgave him. That's the power. And it makes him think about what happened differently, as opposed to, that's the guy I fired. It's, oh shit, man, I still feel bad about what happened to you. But I'm a corporate person. I had to do what I had to do. Well, then tell me that. One day I'm going to fire you for your behavior. But Jay, just know you're the greatest worker I've ever seen, but But at some point, I'm going to be real with you, Jay. You're going to do something, and it's going to be the reason why I have to fire you. That's honest. I'll work with you. I'll go back in my store. I'm buying food from the guy who fired me. Okay? He's like, yeah, man, how you doing? Da-da-da, all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. Meanwhile, another customer behind him is standing there, also, right, doing a transaction. Okay? This customer and we lock eyes. I'm like, oh, yeah, I know you, man. He's like, yeah, I know you too. Hey, man, I'm so grateful for you. Whenever I shopped here, right in front of my boss, and this was the reason why I got fired, one of them. You love this. The guy said loud, customer, in front of my boss who fired me. He said, yeah, man, I remember you. Man, whenever you worked here, man, the numbers were on fire. I still have that receipt, man, but that number that you told me about because you blew my mind. He said, thank you, man. And I was fired for that reason. Okay, controversy. I get it. And my boss, he said, Jay, I'll get back to you, Jay. Don't worry about it. With the email. And he walked away. I could see he was uncomfortable. But do you see what happened there? I got closure. I got justice just by showing up. Having someone, a shopper, express one of the things I did that made them uncomfortable and how they appreciated it. Wearing a different uniform from another fucking job. That's called revolution. Rethink the way that you are fighting back. But you must do something. Just stopping and don't go anymore. No, you talk to people. It's very simple. What the fuck, guys? Where did your fucking words come from? These goddamn flies. Bless them. Venus. If I have a right to kill them, I'm a Venus sign. Don't worry. When I kill them, I give them a very good funeral. Yes, I'm rethinking that. There are some things that are sent here to disturb you. It's called self-defense. Okay? The insect doesn't know what that is. That could be considered insensitive. But if you're not feeling it, you're in a very intense emotional mood. There are creatures that will invade your space, and you have the right to defend yourself if you feel that way. That's called doing it right. You don't just kill an animal or an insect. Obviously, if you're defending yourself and the fucking thing is constantly in your eye, you're trying to walk, you might sprain your ankle. Flies are very clumsy. Anyways, back to your world. You have flies in your world. Look at what flies do when they go into your room. This is how you know if someone is like, a warrior. Look at what flies do everywhere you work. Even with me, they irritate the fuck out of me. Look at what your flies do to people. I'm trying to relax my chronic pain. What do your flies do? It makes everyone uncomfortable right away, yes or no? Okay, I'm going to blow your mind because this is called simple way of thinking. Okay, it's more than raising the Christ, guys. Okay, there are people who aren't raising the Christ who are more Christ-like than the people who are trying to raise their Christ. Because they're actually out in the truth, meaning there. This world has been built in a way that will be unjust. So, if a tiny creature can make big, strong, upgraded humans with a head, 2 arms, and 2 legs, a fly is this tiny, insignificant thing, so-called. We're running around, breaking things, trying to kill it. We're yelling at it. I've done this. I am not better. I'm with you. I'm a different truther. I'm working on it, guys. Okay, ahimsa, yes, no violence, but a fly, it attacks you. That's called self-defense. Same thing goes for a human. It's the same. Do you hear me? So you must know how to respect your creatures when you discipline, or if you're doing it in a sense to have peace. Because it's different then. You aren't just calling it gross, hating it. Like, fuck, man, I'm not in the mood. I must put you down. Now, it's just like your boss or someone you're working with or relationship you're with. At some point, it might not work out. Don't all relationships start off good that are bad? Usually. Has anyone thought why? It used to be so good. We used to be this way. We used to have really good bodies, and now we're overweight or whatever. Now I'm just gambling all day, and you're smoking, making a lot of money. But at some point, they might cause injustice. Did you document that behavior? Or are you waiting to go back home to watch a video about some mind-blowing truth that you only use, thank you for the hearts, that you only use while you're watching a video? You and I have to do something. It is bad out there, is what I'm saying. In your workplace, there's no safety. You have the power to make it safe. Did you not know that? You think working out is what you need to do? I'm not doing this to be sexy. It's because of pain and just maintaining my body. You think you have to work out and look beautiful and be sexy and have a perfect body and be skinny or no pimples. You think you have to do all of this work in order to fit in or to so-called exist. You're acknowledging you're fat or you're in shape. If your brain can't see what I'm seeing, both of you, in my opinion, have a bigger problem than being fat or being in shape, being smart and being dumb. Being both of those things is a side picking. You have missed the middle part in which there your asshole boss is, who has been a friend to you possibly, has given you stuff, is doing something not so good and being naughty. But you're all high on fat, skinny. Then you have the nerve to complain about something bad that happens to you and this happens to you and you had the power. I watched it. I knew what to do. Now it's all about texting only, and I'm going to call HR, right? Okay, well, you got a bigger problem here. So, if I'm waiting for a video to blow my mind, but I can't go to work and blow their minds with things that could protect them, I'm a shill. I'm only a video person, right? But there's no excuse because I have pain, I shouldn't be walking, and I'm doing way more out here than on a video. And then I tell you this, so when you watch on Facebook or whatever media, whatever, there's too many options too, guys, for me to put my video somewhere. Put it in one fucking truth. What are you guys doing? All this urine therapies over here, being a vegan, eating the right meat, okay, whatever, science and astrology, all of you guys have these categories. What are you doing? Okay, your stars are side by side. Okay? Not far apart, not light years, guys. Common sensey. The distance, look at them all. They're very close together and they don't like each other. And some like each other. This is why you don't see it as a science. You see it as pseudo. Sue. I'm going to sue you, honey. Dr. Seuss, you have been reading things that have programmed your brain to not see that moment that person that was being a certain way is going to transform on you. The Transformer showed you that. The TV series was not about reptilians. It's about a snake in your garden, a fly coming in your face when you're not in a good mood. You have the right to defend yourself. It's called a SWAT team, guys. SWAT. What the fuck is wrong? SWAT? Where did it come from? Swatting a fly, honey. And these men are so fucking strong with their weapons and their secret ways of getting you in espionage. These fucking words. What does that mean to Venus? She does not get along with your son. That means that your Jesus does not like Sunday. You didn't fucking hear me. You pray on Sunday, it's the wrong day. You should be praying on Friday, Venus's day, sweetheart. You are being inverted. This is why you can't see your asshole boss or truther. How many truthers, fact, have shown poor behavior? And even me, I saw it and I was like, because I was a groupie, it's like, well, but I'm getting good things from this. I was that way with the truth. Abuse is abuse. Yes or no? What are you going to do about it? I did things about my abuse. I don't believe in winning battles, but I did well. Because I was honest. I was being honest. I didn't want beef. I wanted to expose bullshit while giving good shit. I never give you a video where I'm only complaining. I give you your truth while I do it. That's fair. Are you kidding me? Your Venus does not like your sun. So if Jesus in Revelation 2:16 is saying that he's the morning star, which is a fat Venus, do you think that praying on Sunday for that one is the right day to pray? And should there be a right or wrong day to pray? Hallelujah. I'm blowing your fucking mind and putting it back together. Something wants us to be backwards so that even when we defend ourselves, we make no sense. We have no power. It's simple. That's why you're getting fired unjustly. I'm going to figure out a way. I think that I'm onto something big to protect workers from, let's just say, unjust ways of being fired. It's ridiculous. I mean, I've never seen anything like what I'm seeing. I've been a dancer where I've seen some bullshit, but never what I'm seeing where I'm at now. It's crazy. Like, you guys would be like, Jay, whoa, if I told you half the shit that I'm hearing. Okay? Real shit. I've been a dancer. I was in a rap band. Okay? I got my master's. Okay? Higher ed. I've been in every environment, guys. Cashier. I have never in my life, in my entire life, seen what I'm seeing. I'll put it that way. From a powerful person and then co-workers. I've never seen anything like it. I've only been here for like a few months, and already there have been like 5 people who are no longer here that work. More than that, like 10 people have been chopped. It's like just like water. And I'm like, wow. So I noticed that happening where I'm at now, and I'm like, okay, I have a limp, do the math. I'm a nature person. I'm on the ground. I'm weird. Oh, but Jay knows people. We like Jay. Does a good job. I'm not stupid. Okay, so I have to think. So we're going here. Document your fucking work. Don't just get mad and talk about it. No one's going to care. I was told that. If I have a grievance, we don't really care. But you're a good worker. Just do your job. Keep being good at what you do. If you have a problem, I basically was told this. Wow. You ever heard that at your job? You relate to me? I'm speaking your language. A lot of you are working with someone who was in the military who saw children being blown up and their brains blown out. I am working with men that have seen this. Do you think that they're in the right state of mind to be working at all, really, after seeing children being murdered in Iraq? And these are good guys trying to just fight for their country, so-called. Okay, have compassion before you get mad at a soldier for the collateral damage. What did they go through? What were their choices? They aren't their body. There is no life and death. Only, an unfortunate situation. It's unfortunate. Doesn't stop the energy of the torus field from being recycled into an orb to show you that it's all just here for a moment in time. You don't want to live to be fucking 2,000 years old, in my opinion. You don't, 100? Great. That's what are you doing while you're alive? Don't worry about living long. Worry about what you're doing while you're alive, honey. I have done more in 48 years that I could say right now, achieved, no bragging, where I could honestly say that if something were to happen to me, wow, Jay. First of all, the biggest achievement is having a spirit come out of my mouth while rapping. I'm grateful for that. Whatever, we move on. This is the person speaking to you that has paranormal energy visiting randomly. This is why I think you should be listening to what I'm saying deeply, because it's for you to protect yourself. You are in trouble. Beyond a video in a bubble of just researching one part of Tartaria, for example. A lot of you are only in Tartaria. I see a lot of Tartaria. Tartaria is the corporate world back then. Wake up, you were a slave, even though you were building that. Who cares how it was made? You're never going to know. It's a paranormal thing. You're only going to know in death. If you knew it now, you wouldn't be having to work. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? If you knew how to build a temple out of a mountain, you would not be working at Walmart. You would have your own reality. You used to do that back then. Aha! So Tartaria, great. Flat Earth, great. This is good stuff. Astrology. We see all these sections. Health. But the truth about the truth is this. You were a slave in Tartaria. You were betraying people in Tartaria. The mystery of the pyramids. You were also an asshole in Egypt. Egypt had lots of corruption while making a pyramid that we can't figure out how to build today. However, they were assholes even back then to each other. Stealing, lying, fucking with power, being two-faced. Janus, wake up. It's okay. Have compassion for them. Your Hindus did this. Your Vikings, I don't care how tough they were. You're martial artists. You're raised in the Christ. People did this. All of us were assholes and had to deal with a two-faced world. That's the biggest part of your truth. You will have two faces. How do you deal with that? Jay, what do you mean? A pas de deux in ballet means a dance with two. It takes two to tango? Red and blue shift? Talk that Taurus field shit? Negative, positive? Electric, magnetic? Nothing going on there. One does not like the other. Magnetic and electric. They're enemies that negotiate. Do you hear me? So what are you doing looking at enemies and only heroes? You missed the middle part right there. The director, who you thought was a good person, doing some bullshit. Now you can see the middle part, the Middle East. That's why they go there. Who's they? They're not human. Entities. Get humans to go to the Middle East. Babylon 5 guys. The gate. They influence bodies through rituals of dark energy and the misuse of Venus. So I'm a Venus sign. I understand this. So I'm translating what to do when you have two faces of Janus. That is also Janus Joplin in January. Now let's break down. Janus is your anus. Your anus. Anus. It means sky in Greek. Is your sky only a head? A dome? Or is it a butt cheek? It's a body? It's a corporation? A corpse? You don't ask questions before you get mad at your boss and your coworkers or celebrating with them, but you really don't like them. How many of you are doing this? Yep, we're gonna have a company party. You go to it. You've been doing the job. You don't really like it too much, but you got to pay your bills. You go. You've heard all kinds of bullshit. Not one job have I been at where I've seen people get fired as many times in a short period of time than where I'm at now. It's like, wow. Records are breaking. I'm like, God damn, this is a good gig. It's $18.50 an hour. But I had a thought in my mind that something must be going on because this is too good to be true. I'm like, this is weird. So I wasn't stupid. So I prepared for my shit. I prepared myself for the two faces. More on that later. We'll see what happens or doesn't happen. The thing is I did something because a lot of injustice was happening and I could see a lot of other people were not going to do that, which is okay. All right. Let's say I'm hungry and I come to your restaurant. You don't have the thing that I want to eat. That's my favorite thing. I am going to revolt. I'm going to get upset at you for that. How many of your friends get real upset? Oh, are you kidding me? Come on, man. You don't have any more in the back. I've seen this. Like, they get mad. Like real mad. Fighting, right? Defending. I'm like, that's interesting. At your job, if something happened to your homie there, would you get the same amount of energy for the bologna and cheese you didn't get that day at that store? You're very angry. How about what happened to your coworker that you saw, that you thought was kind of weird? What are we really here for? You know, I'm very concerned. I mean, it's just like there are so many people who play so many different sides and they seem like one thing and they think that I can't see this. And because I'm a nice guy, I'm the nature guy with a limp and I make good jokes and I always kind of go along with everything and make it work, that I don't have a fucking brain and balls to know how to defend myself and I'm just playing with you until the right time to throw my arrow at you because I know how to do it now because every other way is failing. You see where I'm going here? You're missing the fucking injustice at your own job. Never mind the injustice with chemtrails. You know they're there. You and I ain't doing shit about it. But we talk about it. We ain't doing shit. Great, chemtrails. What you gonna do about it? How about me? Any ideas? No. Then why do you care? Why do I care? We're both shills. Homelessness. Oh my God. We both said it. What you gonna do about it? Had them come to your house? I've thought about it, but I can't do that. With my body the way it is, it wouldn't work with me. But I'm talking about it. Getting paid more money. Okay. Right? But you're reacting. You're concerned. But you're not concerned once you get into that world now in which you thought you had stability, getting paid more, you're seeing some weird shit. How does the sun and Venus get along? But be enemies. And provide you and me all the fluids in our body, our anatomy, and they don't actually work together, but they do. A star that wants to shine in the morning is a threat to your sun. No other star is doing this. Who is she, Venus? What's going on there? Why is she doing that? That's a little obnoxious. There's one performer here. That's the sun now. But for some reason, you can see her and she's like, excuse me. I think that we're relevant too, sweetheart. Those little people you forgot about, those little stars, that's also who she is. So she's an annoying bitch. And she's also the goddess of the higher mind and for the little people. But she goes both ways. Guys don't understand me. Reason why Venus won't destroy the sun and the sun Venus is because they both abuse each other and forgive. They abuse and forgive. They judge and then they forgive. They do all this that you're doing down here, but still share space. You are being removed from your job. What? You didn't get along? There was some corruption? It was weird? You knew it was. What happened? Where's the evidence? You have it in your brain. Can I see it? They got you there. You had it right there with you the whole time. Your lightsaber. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. My man calling me. What am I eat tonight? Something bad going on in your job. There's your phone. What are you watching? Black Friday. My mom called me. Okay. You ain't at home. You were in a dome. You were in a zone of business. Okay? When you punch in, I have to put my finger now. This is the first job I've had where I have to get radiation, where I use my finger for Chronos, and it reads my fingerprint. Ding, I'm punched in. So I am in the system in a different way now. My DNA is in there, and I'm grateful because I put an orb in the system. Do you understand me? I'm already helping you guys out. I put the orbs in your phone. I've done this. Now it makes sense to me. If the electronics like me with the spirit thing and exposing it, when I touch something that's electronic, I'm also donating that energy. So I'm combating it for you guys. So just know that in your protesting, it's not going to work. Getting a lawyer is not going to work. Even with the money you win, it's still going to be bitter. It's not going to work emotionally. You're going to be broken and complain about it, and no one's going to want to hang out with you, which is okay. I get it. But you're going to be consumed by your drama because a lot of us want to be victims. Even if we win, I'm still a victim. I went through this. I've been there, but that's a waste of energy. Yes or no? I'm blowing your fucking mind. It's easy to be a victim. It's easy to be the fucking devotee or a subscriber. What is a subscriber? What have you subscribed to on my channel? You have all decided to be in a ritual, even watching me right now. We're feeding something, guys. Something is watching us with guidelines. You too, your behavior, my behavior. They're monitoring us and will decide if my video is acceptable or not. Is that freedom? You think I'm free? YouTube is free, right? Wow. And you only go home for truth. So there you are at your job. You have this thing with you. A lot of things are happening around you. And now you want to read the newspaper, talk about the news, what's going on in Ukraine. Wonderful. How about what's going on right in front of you right now while you're talking about the Ukraine? How about that person that just got robbed right there or sexually assaulted? Some guy just grabbed some girl's butt. You want to maybe go talk about that? Oh, but we're too busy talking about a linear thing. You're missing your boss. You're missing, this is why your boss is an asshole. You're allowing it to happen. God bless you for paying your bills. That is not going to protect your soul. Sorry. Whether you like it or not, you're being monitored, you're being judged for your behavior. But you have the right to also question the ones that are judging you, even in death. But have you done the work? Have you done anything? Have you done charity? Have you given back enough and done the right thing, more than the wrong thing, to challenge your stars challenging you? Because you can be your own lawyer in the afterlife. That is what Thoth is. Mercury. Did you not know this? You can be your own voucher, your own lawyer when you die. It's very clear. Read the Book of the Dead. I haven't even read it. I don't need to. I'm the book of the life. Orbs. Okay? Because they're also death. You can vouch for yourself in death. Why not? What are vouchers down here? Vultures. Where did it come from? And why are there so many crows flying around my store where I work? There have been crows flying around my area where I work consistently for a month, very angry and dropping shit everywhere. And it makes people nervous. And I love that. I'm like, great. Now you know that you're small here. Sure, for a moment. You know, your little lead position, your $18.50 an hour, your car and your kids and you and you and you and your food and your diet and what you got to eat, and you don't like working here. You want to go home, but you're going to stay because you got to pay your bills. But you want to go home. Oh, I hate this one. I hate working with her, but you came anyways. I don't complain really. I have to listen to complaints and then act and filter with them. If I don't, I can't relate to them. That's how fucked up your world is. But usually I'm in pain. I don't have time to complain. I got bills to pay and you guys to give truth to. Now I have other shit that I'm seeing that is beyond the truth. It is injustice. And what made the truth were your heroes that went through injustice and fought for you. Yes or no? But today you got to be clever. How many of you complain about your job? Okay? Even a good day at your job, you'll have something to complain about, right? Okay. So my point is, if you have that kind of awareness for that, you need to have that for your boss. You didn't aim your energy in the right place. This is why these people have positions of power and keep working and end up abusing people, because no one is finding the intelligent way to document and to get the patterns of this behavior so it stops and that we can work in peace, get our money, and not be yelled at or fired unjustly or having mind games. I'm seeing all of this. You know what I mean? This is beyond Freemasonry shit and all that stuff. I'm seeing like, wow. Okay? It is also amongst coworkers fighting each other. And I'm like, dude, I am not trying to fucking go any of these worlds. I have already had a fucked up, crazy situation. I just want to work, clean trash, be told what to do. Okay, great. Come on time, great, no problem. Wear the right clothing, sure, the uniform, and go home. No, I have to listen to someone else's baggage and their thing and so, and then did you hear this? And I'm trying to clean trash and da-da-da, and this, and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, and some are just really quiet, but most, and then I have to like tell the person, because the person should know if it's an inappropriate statement made about them, that someone just said this about you. So now I have to pass the death back. Of course, this is the life you live. This is the world of this chaos. So it's noisy. The truth about the truth is that your job and where you work is the truth. It's the thing you should be researching. You should be researching where you work and who your boss is and what their background is. Find their last name. Look up their last name. Seriously. The history of where you work. Do you understand me? That is what they're doing to you. They, meaning controllers. You should not have the word control. You came from chaos. This is a fact, not the Big Bang. To make a human body is not easy. There's a lot of sparking and flaring, and stars don't like the sun. However, Venus negotiated with you having a solar plexus and then being in your Phosphorus. But Venus is not like the sun, so you have a battle in your body. Hi, astrologers. Even healthy and all of that, and grounded, and you never curse, and you never do anything weird sexually, and you just chill, and you've got problems still. bigger than parasites. That goes beyond parasites. You have a vibration in your body that is combative. This is why you have to meditate. Not because of a God, because you have Venus and the sun not really getting along, sharing space in your body to make you. And they're competing. PP is quite powerful, so she's cocky by the balls, vagina. The sun, the solar plexus, yes or no? The gut instinct, the stomach. Passing the sun first, and then you get to that bitch. Or the goddess. Yes or no? Are you kidding me? That's a battle, honey. That's a war, Uranus and the sun. Indra also is Uranus, the sky god. Made many mistakes, not liked in Hinduism at all. Like Brahma, not liked. There should not be one god unliked. In Hinduism, you have many gods. They're like, yeah, I'm not going to pray to you, although you're a Vishnu avatar, Shivite. But no, you fucked up too many times. This one here, that's a part of your trinity. Brahma is the only dick, not Vishnu or Shiva. You're getting played with. You have a war going on in your body beyond parasites. Did you understand me? Beyond life and death. Now, I'm saying some deep shit. You understand what I'm saying to you? You have a lunate moon bone in your hand. Venus is not like the moon because the moon chills things out. Morning star is an aggressive name. Evening star. The moon is not like that. It just silences everybody. It says, okay, shh, just calm down for a second. Yeah. But Venus likes to talk and express herself. That's where that came from in your life. In fact, they came before you, the stars. They made you. Now, you have a war in your body bigger than parasite. You can remove all the parasites you want. No problem. You have a parasite problem with vibration. Have you dealt with that? Do you acknowledge that? It's not enough to just do to worship your Uranus or the stars. Do you actually talk to them? Do you make emails to yourself? Say, thank you, Venus. I'm not fucking kidding. I do this. It works. Rituals. Do you talk to the sun and the moon? Stars. Do you talk to them enough to know that they can hear you? You have a battle. So the Venus does not like this bone here. This is why you're aggressive. Phalanges, bone in your hand and foot, comes from phalanx, a military division. Your anatomy is telling you something about you fighting. You didn't hear me. Look it up right now. Phalanges is a phalanx. Feet and hands. This is why you got martial arts. But that is failing and not getting us freedom, is it? We still have to go to work, don't we? With your Jet Lees, Jackie Chan's, your Bruce Lees, wonderful, your Mozarts, Michael Jordans, your Tupacs, your Bon Jovis, your Led Zeppelins, right? Your Van Gogh, right? Your Basquiat, right? You know all these fucking names. But you didn't know what they knew. You know what they knew? They knew the code to become famous, which is the truth, the secret. And you missed it because you were following them being famous. But they already knew the code when they had to sell out. But you can't have any secret society when you live in a dome with a star and a sun. They tricked you there. The secret is light. Do you hear me? Very simple. If I can rap and have an orb come out of my mouth while speaking, this is what Freemasons are doing. They're not telling you there's not a Freemasonic lodge that goes out solar gazing and moon gazing, I guarantee you. And they're all about the light. But I guarantee you, your Freemason rituals to become a Freemason are not moon gazing and solar gazing. Because I'd be seeing them outside with me. Okay? So they're giving you another version of how to get more light and degrees. And they're talking with a solar plexus and a Venus conflict and a moon conflict. Be aware of those fucking parts of your body because they're fighting with you to make you live. Now, but they negotiate. So, if I have a combative body that likes to be combative and that likes to want to defend itself, and I have all these systems of self-defense that I could learn how to break your neck and one finger can make your whole spine crack, great. You know what I mean? Like, great. You punched a hole through a rock. Did you learn from the rock? Did you absorb the energy from the rock? You broke the rock. So you disconnected yourself. You should have absorbed the rock. You break the rock, that means you're going to have a breaky path. You know, some breakdowns. You have a nervous breakdown. You're going to break up with your lover. Of course, when you break shit, you don't do it correctly. A rock has thoughts. You martial artists, this one looks pretty good. Boom. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Nothing happens from that. Just a rock that you split in half. Wow. You know what I mean? So, there are way too many flies in here. It's okay. So, there's some things I want to say that are very serious, but the most important thing I think about what we're doing here is to really be honest about the videos you're watching. You're watching the videos because you do not want to do anything really. You don't actually want to do anything about what is wrong because it's a lot of work. But looking at the problems is entertaining. So when you watch these videos, it's just distracting you, but you're not doing anything about it. But this is not the way it's going to work. Yes, it sucks. Yes, it's a lot of work. Yeah, you have to have a life. You want to fit into this world. You don't want to be called crazy. So you're pretending to be one thing. Some of you are woke, but pretend that you're asleep because you don't want to lose your job or your family. I respect that. Of course. But, you're lying to yourself, right? That's all. And it's cool. Just know that. Be honest about it. Nothing wrong with that. You aren't your body. You aren't that moment. This is all special effects. So your Freemasons find ways to speak to you that will encourage you to want to get more light and stay in the lodge. But they didn't tell you to moon or solar gaze, did they? I know that for a fact because I know a buddy of mine who's a Freemason, and I mentioned he's the third degree, he's working his way up. And I mentioned to him solar gazing. He goes, "Oh, what's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, your Masons didn't tell you about this? Oh, that's interesting." You see what I'm saying? This means this, that some people can manifest light through their mouth. When they talk to you, you can't see it. I have shown you in a video while rapping that light, that you have it. Let's just say there are people who are versed and don't need sunlight and moonlight in order to shine on you. Bars! Did you hear me? Flashlight person, your little Duracell batteries. Did you hear I said to you? What's a flashlight for? Does life flash before your eyes when you get knocked out? What does that mean? Who's Flash Gordon? Life is a flash, then you're dead, they say? Eyelash is your flash, sweetheart. Lash to lash out. You're already lashing out. What are you getting mad for? You have eyelashes. That's revolution. Your eyelashes are telling you, fuck you. Basically, they're lash out. Your body is not all positive. There's some negative shit there. It's fighting itself. Why do you get injured? You shouldn't get injured. You should be immortal, like immune to that. Nope, you get fucked up. You're real crippled. Me too. That shouldn't happen to a body, but it does. And the body will punish you. I've accepted my punishment. Have you yours? But I will punish those who punish others unjustly. And I will be clever how I do it. And that's what pain has taught me, not the truth movement. I don't see anyone giving a video as to what to do. Your women are in trouble. There's a lot of hate for females. And then females are alpha femaling each other. I'm seeing a lot of alpha, and I love you. I love you. I'm not damning you, goddess. The Black Madonna, you need her. However, there's a lot of alpha females going on and a lot of inbreed fighting. Okay? People fighting each other for power and for misunderstandings and lack of communication. It's a lot of females, but they're being mistreated as well in other ways. So I'm a female sign and I can't have this. So let's just say actions. Your boss is an asshole. Have compassion first. Because you could be an asshole too. Can't you? Before you complain about your job and what you did and you didn't get and what happened to you, are you a good person? Did you fuck up and do some shit? Like, I've seen some people be really nasty with their kids and talk about wanting to beat them. Oh, when I get home, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's abuse. I know what that means. I was that kid. And you're complaining about what happened to you at work. Now, how do you treat your kids? Fucking bars. Don't play with me here. Men too, before you complain about how you were treated at work. Do you discipline your kids? Did you give them a phone? Video games? GMO food? You know, Chef Boyardee? Okay. You meant well. That's abuse. Heavy metal poisoning. All the food you're giving your kid is poison. Because it's affordable. All affordable food will be poison, you know that. And they go to the poor neighborhoods on purpose. Before you complain about your job, have compassion for yourself for having to actually accept that. I'm leaving you speechless. I'm stripping you of your titles. Your boss is you. Okay? Wake him up. Or her. You know what I'm saying. You gotta be clever. The cleavage, honey. Your titties are fighting with you. How do I know that? What is silicone? Why would you even need to have fake tits? Who did that to you? You're butchering yourself with plastic now. Breast cancer, it's different. I get it. Listen, if it's unique, but your women want to be sexier, and some of you are still beautiful. I'm not, listen, hey, goddess, the Black Madonna is still useful in Saturn's world, Libra. However, you're getting fake tits. Cleavage. My pectorals, the same as yours. A pectoral is a pectoral. The glass you're looking at right now is a mirror image of my pectorals. It's a window you're looking at, my chest. It's not cut. It's showing you what you live in. Muscles aren't what you think they are either. You've been tricked. Now you think you're bigger and better and badder, or you don't eat meat, but you look ripped, so now you're better and bigger. Everyone really likes you. It's still division. Is it not? Your cleavage is fighting with you. It's telling you that you should get cut, get bigger ones. So when you get fired, were you a good person before you complain about your job? Were you social? Did you say, how you doing today? Could I talk to you? Were you someone that was connected to the source of just being a human? If you weren't, then don't, you know what I mean? It's okay. Like, just find something that fits you. Let it go. Now it's just going to be noisy, right? You see where I'm going here? You complain about your job, but how are you doing? What kind of foods are you eating? People I've seen injustice happen to were eating injustice food. They were eating processed fried foods in front of me. Okay, Mountain Dew and Coke. That is not going to ground you. I eat processed plant-based. I'm no better, I'm just saying, but I don't eat half as much as what I used to. And I'm walking the walk. You can see it in my skin. I'm not doing it to be cute. Okay, I'm doing it to prove that you can do it when you're broken and drained of your energy, or whatever you want to call these things. Think about what I'm saying here, because I'm definitely taking you out of what is called the Matrix. What's up, John? I'm taking you out of the Matrix, but here's the thing about the word tricks. And this is for you skateboarders. You think you're skateboarding? Only. When you do tricks and you defy death and you get injured, you're not hearing me. You are helping the trick. You are helping to fuck with my eyeball. Why am I seeing you do things that you shouldn't be doing and I can't do it? And now I'm saying I can't do it. What are you doing in front of me? You're doing it for that reason, really, to show your gymnastics. Why do we even have gymnastics? Why do I have to hold rings and do all this superhuman shit? You're already superhuman. You went from a fucking sperm to bones in a mouth. Shut up. Fuck off. Hi. What are the Olympics? The Olympians? That was a mythology. That was metaphors of the stars. And they're hurting and injuring, and you're taking steroids for what? You're taking steroids because you want to be the fastest fucker? There's nothing faster than sperm. You can't outrun yourself being made. So you're a shill. There's no fastest human. Sperm to the egg is faster than you. Duh. You think you're fast? What are you doing? You think you're strong? This is a good point. The Matrix is the word tricks. You're doing tricks. Trix, the cereal, is telling you something. You have a matrix proteinases enzyme. Look that one up. A matrix proteinases enzyme. It's the enzyme that likes to eat germs. It likes parasites. Of course. Because your body is not all positive. It has things in it that like the garbage you're putting in it. Which means it has other parts that don't like that want to get rid of it, that are also there. Why do you have this crazy system? This is a lot of work to be human. Oh, I used to smoke, I'm unhealthy, and all this shit. But, your brain, your thoughts, did you do anything while you were alive? Did you defend someone, or did you only go home to watch a YouTube video? Or you get mad at one of your truthers for having a misunderstanding, and you were no longer there anymore. Okay. Now, this is an even better question. Can you actually accept someone's apology? Can you? For something really bad now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they took your job away, they did it nasty. You know what I mean? They weren't really a good person. But maybe they decided, shit, fuck, I want to apologize to that person. You know what I'm saying? They want to actually make good. Can we handle the apology? Or are you expecting for more problems to come because you're used to problems and you're addicted to problems, and so that's why you complain? And you miss the solutions. So don't be a victim, because you will be food for the shark. Okay? The shark has to eat. You ever seen a tiger rip apart an animal or a lion? It's quite violent. I mean, it's a creature that relates to it. It's in the same kingdom. They're all family. But they will murder each other when they're hungry. And then come beside you, you get a picture of that thing and show it to your friends in the safari. And what'd you just do? You just accepted a murderer. You didn't call the police. Is it different when a lion goes and kills its prey? Would that not be murder? You didn't call the police. Oh, they behave that way. If a human killed another human that was different from it, still human, animal, you call the police. What'd you just do? You've accepted a criminal. Vegans relax. And I love animals. This is a good point. Am I crazy? Any animal that kills another animal to survive will be considered a murder. In your law system, wouldn't it? Okay. But it's in the wild, right? It's in the good part of the jungle or whatever. But bad things are happening. You're in a bad neighborhood. What do you do when something bad happens? You know what I'm saying? At your job, what do you do when something bad happens? You're so used to watching National Geographic show you how to basically tenderize a murderer. I'm not damning the animals. That's how they live. However, it is what it is. What they do to an animal, if you did what a lion does to its prey with a knife or a gun and ripped it open, and pulled out stuff and started eating it, I'm pretty sure we'd call the police. I'm blowing your mind. So you're seeing things on TV that are sort of tenderizing the villain or the murderer. They even say if you eat dead flesh, it's murder. But we say no, the lion killed that animal. That's not murder. The vegans don't go far enough. You have crows that rip out the throats of blackbirds or other birds that are black that for food and eat berries. Is that not murder? I just saw a crow do it to a little innocent bird. It was there, minding his own business. The crow came down, rah! Throat ripped, tendons out, flew away with the fucking throat of a bird. I would call that murder. I honor the crow. I respect and wouldn't harm it, but wow. Does that relate to you? There are a lot of things I think to rethink and to, I guess, examine. And the biggest issue is your personal life. Because your personal life, I'm sure it's comfortable, but that's not good enough, right? You have to start getting justice in your personal life, meaning with your family as well. You know what I mean? At some point, if you can, if you have the means, if it's reasonable. Because what I'm seeing happen is because of mommy and daddy issues. Whatever happens to you at birth, when you have a position of power, it doesn't matter what you do, but when something happens to you at birth, it will affect your character when you become a person in power. So it's important that you're honest about your abuse. So yes, I was abused, but you know what I'm saying? I have a bit of a temper. I'm your boss. I might be black and white. Okay. Why? But compassion, that's all. I might seem cool, but I'm really not. You know, I'll tell you those days. You're great. Now we know why, right? You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, okay, it still might not be fun, but is it more honest? So these are the conversations we should be having at work. Like, that's how you get your power back because you're working so hard that you're missing the injustice and you don't do anything about it, but talk about it. You keep seeing it. Have you documented it? So it's forever in history. So there's no choice but to have it somewhere where I put it. And if I want to go to that moment, I say, hey, do y'all remember this moment? And I do boop, and there it is, and we're clear. That's the truth about your truth. That is the truth. Take me to your incident, not your leader. Don't take me to your leader. Take me to your incident. Let me see what happened. Ah, we have a demon here. You have some demons that are in power and you know who they are that let you clock into work and then they might clock you out. Okay. I don't mean generic demon. I mean certified like dark energy. It's there. They're like this. They're protected. Same bullshit. You have no power. But you got to pay your bills and be quiet. It's like being a rape victim, right? Accepting the rape and still working for your rapist. Compassion. I'm not saying anything about this. But you hear me? It's like, you know what I'm saying? And no one knows, but this happens. Could be a good job, you know what I mean? Well-known job, right? It's got a good face and good logo. You know what I mean? It's got a history. But that happened, you got raped. But you want to pay your bills. You don't go to the police. You don't really tell anybody. There are some of you who do this. I have compassion. What I'm speaking of is the same thing. But if you allow it, if you have the power to document it, it won't sting so bad. And you'll stop other people from getting raped. Do you see where I'm going here? Or mistreated. It's very simple. Okay? It's like there's always people in time, like, if I were to go back in time, I would have killed Hitler. I've heard this. So that never happened. Now, I don't want to be a violent person and tell you to go and, blow up some shit. No, but some of you think this way. You think, oh, let's go back in time and get rid of Napoleon and Genghis Khan or all these dictators, right? The colonists, Columbus. Let's get rid of him. See how it would have been then. You still would have sucked, and you still would have betrayed each other. You still would have found a way to be a Columbus or a Hitler. Okay? Do you hear me? Because their names are known, not yours. They've been documented. You haven't documented yours. There's not one soldier that saw some bullshit. Back in those days, I had a phone. I could do this. Oops. Yeah, man, we're cool. Nope. They had to go with it, right? Or just talk and then write it down. Interesting. Today is a different day. You've been given a gift. You military people, you should have all kinds of videos of your fucking lieutenant being a dick. I don't really see a lot of Marine people coming out. Well, you know what? I noticed this happening, during my training, and this can't be appropriate. I don't see those on TikTok or YouTube. You know what I mean? Hey, Marine, stand up. I've heard a lot of fucked up stories. What are you doing with your phone? Are you too scared? But then you have the gun and the grenade and the tank, the martial arts. But the whole fight you should have been fighting was, who is a demon in my circle? And I'm sure there are some Marines that I'm not saying that they don't do this, guys, but it's not something that I see as popular, like a thing, like where you can just documented proof of like sexual abuse and rape and someone talking in a way that was way too far, that is dangerous. You could have had your phone on you when it was time to go out and have a beer with the lieutenant, wherever you were, on duty or off duty. You're having a bar, you're having a beer with them, with your phone on you. There are women there, or men, or children. Your lieutenant is kind of popping off, likes to drink and get, He encourages you to go somewhere with him. And things might start happening that shouldn't happen, is my point. Phone. Be smooth. I've all got to call my girl real quick. Boop. Take a risk. Now you have your fucking evidence. It's very simple. That's called the truth. You don't do that. I'm in the White House. I don't want to be in the White House. I'm right beside, I'm the bodyguard who works with the bodyguard. There's plenty of you guys that work in the White House that aren't controlled, that are people that are regular ass motherfuckers. You mean to tell me you don't have a phone on you ever? We can see the rituals. We can see the hearing that, we're going to go there tonight. Very simple. There's a lot of you guys that are just regular people that are in the White House or that are mayors and senators that work for these people in the office. What are you guys doing? I'm sure fucking the person you're voting for in your city council for your fucking city, your mayor, probably has some weird behavior behind the scenes. But they're a vegan, or they love animals and the rights for abortion and LGBTQ. But during the campaign, was there any abuse? Yeah, I'm blowing your mind. What were you doing? What were you doing? You were distracted. You better fucking wake up quickly to this. I don't care what movement you're in. I don't care who you want to fight for. Now, another great question to motherfucking ask you. Are you a part of a militant or an anarchist or an activist movement in which within that movement you have an asshole in there who's abusive to you? However, it's for animal rights. You see where I'm going here? Do you have someone, are you a part of a movement in which you have an asshole in charge of that movement who's mistreating you, but is a hero? Film that motherfucker. Betray them. Fast. You understand me? Part of my leg is a bit tight. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You're a part of you think you're a militant? You think you're a fucking the Black Panthers? Let's go to that shit. You think they were fucking like no CIA involved there? Drug smuggling and cocaine and crack. There's nothing going on with those people. There's no research there. Just Black Panthers, free breakfast. Defending the niggas with guns, right? Okay. I've read some things. I know some shit. It's not about the Black Panthers. The wonderful Black Panthers. Now we know there are several people who were the leaders of the Black Panthers who were abusive, were doing drugs apparently, and hurt people. There were some sexual things that happened with your heroes. All of your movements have that. Did you film that? Did you document it? So that we don't just see this asshole as a hero. Fidel Castro can be a hero in some regards, or a murderer, or an agent for this world that we live in here that we set up to be that. But this one loves the arts. There's a ballet company in Havana that the Castro family sponsors and makes sure you have ballet to make them less murderous. Like your lion isn't a murderer, but you doing that, the lion is doing, you're a murderer. They're tenderizing your ability to see the fucking right shit. I'm blowing your mind. See your jungle differently. I am channeling God right now. Generator of vitamin D, not your Vatican God. You're a skinhead? You're in the KKK? Are you a Freemason? Okay, great. No problem. White power? Okay. Okay. Got a question for you, though. In your white power movement, the skinheads, the swastika people, okay. There's more history, but that's that symbol, but we know. I'm doing the Obama flow of talk. Do you experience anyone in your KKK, in your white power group that mistreat you before they tell you about white power? And did you document that? Or you accepted it because it's your hero, because you're a part of something. You didn't think to be smart. And so when you go outside with them, you're a white power guy, but you're also getting abused in your white power movement. I guarantee you, all of them. When they jump you in, the gang is telling you in LA, before you become one of us, I'm going to beat the fucking crap out of you. And if you can't take it, you can't be one of us. Why is that an option? Wake up. Wake up. Where'd that come from? Gang Star. Wake up. You take the beating. Are you fucking kidding me? You take the beating. And these men will beat the crap. These are fucking killers, right? Beating the crap out of you with weapons too. Maybe cutting you, marking their gang on you. You join the gang. You're a tough guy now. I get it. I'm not dissing the gang. But now you're a badass. You're gonna fucking tell me another gang that does the same fucking thing in order for you to be a gangbanger, to beat you in, is now your enemy. Okay. So now we're trained the same way to fight over the color thing and a woman, money, drugs, territory. Great. I get that. Okay. I'm going after you, you're going after me. When I go back to my gang that beat me in and said, we got your back, we won't snitch on you. We got your back, we won't snitch, my nigga. Or if it's a trailer park, Yakuza, Mafia, it's the same shit. In your own gang, were they treating you ever like the people that we just went out to go kill because they're in a different gang? And did you document that? You had the guts to fucking get your ass whooped. You had the guts to pull the gun out. You had the guts to talk that shit and get shot maybe and live through it. You don't have the guts to document your crime boss fucking with you and doing things within the brotherhood to make it, you know what I mean, make it harder for you. No, you don't do this. You don't think like this. I'm getting you to think like this. Play the video of your crime boss fucking doing some horrible shit amongst you all, against you. If you play that video for one of your homies or your essays, your Vato, your Harley's Davidson gang, or Hell's Angels, whatever you call yourself, Amish people, whatever you're in, great, Amish people, Mennonite people. Do you ever see anything inappropriate within your family as you come out in your uniform, making good food? I know one that Mennonites that own a great cafe. However, is there anything strange going on when you go home in the uniform you're wearing that you should be documenting? No, you don't. You don't have that. So when it happens, you're fucked because you have no power. You have no proof. It's simple. And your life will be a living hell because you'll want to do something about it, but you have the ability. You didn't use what you had. Now, some people do this, but not enough of you are doing this. Never mind watching a video. Make your life a video. Okay? Vidya is a name of Kali or Shakti. To tase someone, Vidya is a name of Kali. Video, Dio. It means you're channeling an energy. Very important to channel the people that are getting away with bad things. When in my darkest moments, my demons are here for me. Yeah, of course. Demons can help you. In fact, you need them to solve a solution. The Hinduism taught you that. They took the Asuras and demigods to make the Milky Way, the churning of the river. It wasn't just heroes, good people. It was also the assholes that are going to fire you unjustly. So they have power to do that. They have the power to break the rules. Do you understand me? There's a God that will let that happen. You have also other gods and energies, although one creator, that can help you combat that. But you can't do it generically. Meaning you only reacted, you got mad, you told somebody, you know what I mean? You spun the story more, you made it more angry. Of course you did. And now it's deeper than what it needs to be. And now it's like a battle. And now you're going to court. Now you're spending money you don't have and energy. And no one really cares, right? They don't. And they're supposed to care, but they're getting paid to care. They have a job to listen to you as a social worker. Even pro bono, they have to get paid to listen to your bullshit. They didn't get paid, they wouldn't care about what you had to say and your rights. That's sad. So money is the motivator here. How much money are they all making before they even fuck with you? What are they worth? You should be careful who you're dealing with. That's why you have to have a very good document for that motherfucker's ass. It's powerful to look and see that and to say, hey, yeah, I can say for sure that happened. And I don't agree with this. And I'm not perfect. But this, I think, is going too far. Otherwise, why do we have the term you went too far? You shouldn't have gone there. Well, where did you go? You know what I'm saying? You're still in your body. Oh, I see. You want to go? Meaning to fight? I've heard this. Okay. Why? Who are you fighting? You're going to fight someone who's coming from the same background as you? A poor neighborhood? Same drugs as you? Okay, I got more money maybe? Do you need some? Okay, cool. Give them all that shit. I got to blow your brains out. Guys, what is gang violence? What is it about? I understand, but I'm like, what really is that about? You're going to go and blow out the brains of somebody that has the same shit you have, but in a different way, meaning drugs, women, territory, a name, connections. I'm like, what? It's a big world. Why can't we just mind our own business? And okay, great. You can be a Crip. Fine. You can be a Blood. Stay over there. Great. Go, just get your money. Sell your drugs. Do whatever. Have a pharmacy. Great. Let's make a church. Cool. All right. Be Muslims. Be a Hindu. But it doesn't seem to work that way. We seem to like to get aggressive and angry at each other and find ways to, you know what I'm saying, make our lives difficult. So this is why I'm saying it's very important to document where you live, because this is not really where you're from, but it's getting bad, man. You know, I mean, I want to be positive. I do. And I am a positive person and everyone loves me for that. But I'm seeing in the positivity so many things that just need to be dealt with. And you can't be quiet about this. You know, it's like it's that bad. And it shouldn't have even happened in the first place. You know what I mean? These things shouldn't happen. Okay, I have a lot of mental health issues from chronic pain. I will not dump that on you. The only way you're going to see it is in my energy and my limp. But mostly I'm positive. Okay? I could take out my rage on anybody and be mad about my limp, mad about not sleeping well, mad about a whole bunch of shit, and I can't be comfortable with my body. I could be hating you and making your life. Of course, I don't do that. I could easily do that and be bitter. You know what I'm saying? Of course. So that means that that's a choice. Okay. Those who are choosing to be an asshole have to be dealt with, but professionally. The power of your phone, your Android, so-called, your smartphone. Is it smart to not document someone being fucking beaten up? And then you send that fucking video? Someone you even know that you thought was cool, now they're not so cool. You got a lot of people with power that end up making a name for themselves, and then you actually follow them as a devotee to only find out Osho is one of them. This big guru, great speaker, says a lot of real shit, loves population control though, and abortion and birth control. Okay, Osho, the guru. And when you see his followers, they're very, okay. But we know if we research Osho, a lot of controversy and sexual things and weapons and drugs kind of involved, and betrayals. This meditation guy who was very good at truth. Look it up. Sexual abuse happened apparently. Okay. I'm not surprised. Well, he's spiritual. It happens way more for the spiritual people, sexual abuse, than the other way. Of course. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? But do they document the moment? Do they film him saying something, doing something? No. Today we have this ability. And you can have it on you all the time. Like a gun. But it's not a gun. But it's more powerful than your gun. It can stop the gun. Because a video will change someone's mind. I guarantee you. Seeing and hearing will change not only your words and some written down, taking notes about a certain date, and because someone can say, no, that never happened. No, I didn't see that, and now you're fucked. But you saw it, and they might have even seen it, but now they don't see it. They got to pay their bills. So they got scared. They got afraid. Okay. Well, that's not cool either, right? What did your patriots die for? Taking a bullet for you, right? For freedom. Okay. You're dying for your chief. Go out there and kill other Indians. Why would they do that? There are other Indians that don't like other Indians. Why? Natives fighting natives. Once again, same concept. They both build teepees. They love buffalo. They know how to mount a horse really well. Why are they fighting each other? They smoke the peace pipe. And there they go. Even you fucking Navajos. The Anasazi means enemies of God or some shit. The tribe. Anasazi. Okay. Your Navajo called them that. Like those are brown skin that aren't very good. Okay. I would look more into that kind of history than just that they got murdered by white people, because they were also murdering too. You see, you missed that. The lion's a murderer, but is in its own law system. Okay. Which you should not really be around. Okay? Because you aren't an animal. You're a light body. You shouldn't be around too many creatures. It's confusing. And you're fucking with their vibration and their reality. So they run from you. Yes, you've had humans where animals will come to them. Not many. Animals don't understand you. And they'll rob you. There are monkeys that will rob you in India. Take your fucking purse. You think you're advanced? With your mace and shit? Yeah. No, monkeys will go around you. Take your wallet in India. Take your food out of your bag. And climb a tree. And you can't do shit. Did you film it? Did you document that moment? Yes, get animals being naughty. Yes, you film a monkey being naughty. They get it too. Look, yes, they do. Is your dog being naughty? Well, you'll film that. The cat. Another elephant in the room is you'll only document your dog's behavior. Your cat. How about your workplace? I see them showing videos of their dogs and kitty cats and what they ate and what they're doing for Christmas and their food, and it's in their phone. Meanwhile, in their workplace, right at that moment, something fucked up happened and they missed it. And so if I mention it, like, oh, wow, really? As opposed to, here's what happened. Oh, fuck, we're in trouble. We better get on this now. Because nothing will be done unless you have proof. Do you hear me? That's how you take down the giant. proof, not your mouth and your bitterness. And even your account of what happened won't be an account. Someone else will have another account of your story, and they will debunk you. And then your HR, your human resource, you should be a human resource, will not be able to hear you because they're looking for ways to save money. Listen, let's just keep it real. All HR is they're about their own interest. I understand that. They're not going to really want to find a reason to fuck with their job, right? It's their job to have you there to complain. So they need you to complain to kind of exist. So they don't really do anything about it because they need you to keep complaining. I'm blowing your fucking mind. Like your doctor gets you, a medication, and you got an allergy to it now. Okay, great. Now another piece of pill for you. But you didn't think about, wait a minute, did I document that moment? You should be recording every conversation you have with a motherfucking doctor. Yes. Aha. What am I, a genius? Did you hear me? That one has to be the most important one. Recording everything your doctor says and then seeing what happens after, documenting what they've been taking in the treatments. You know what I'm saying? Document that shit. And yeah, see how quickly your world will change. Because I guarantee you, I'm having a aha moment. I guarantee you will need to have evidence of something that happens. I've heard a lot of people's family have died in the hospital, and they all felt like the way they died was not sanitary. First of all, it was rushed, and that they had a reaction to something that they gave them that sped up their death. 2 deaths I've had recently where they've told me they watched the process of their loved one dying, and that the hospital kind of sped it up by accident because of a reaction to some kind of a therapy, or they moved them the wrong way, a little bit too fast. And when you're having a stroke, you got to be careful how you handle the fucking body. It's very simple. And you can make the stroke worse if you're moving too fast and touch the wrong part of the body, but no more holistic fucking medicine, right? So this is happening all the time. 3rd leading cause of death are medical errors. 400,000 people die every year. It's staggering. Stag, the deer. Whew. I gotta get my hip warm. Give me a second here. Another long-winded video, but very important. Document your doctors. The word doc is in there. Okay. Let me see. Pardon me. Okay. I'm a bit loopy, but it's okay. All right. This video is long enough. I've made my points and all that, you know what I'm saying? So thank you for my chat room and for self-defense. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shiva Shakti Om, Justice, Om, Ram, Reem, Ram, Saha, Suya, Yanamaha, Om, Chandra, Yanama, Om, Ahum, Vajraguru Pedma Siddhe, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Yeah, it's a new day. Stand up for yourself and put the liars down. Lie them down, the liars. Metaphorically.